What's up guys, it's Brewing Skeleton, back bringing you another Minecraft Java Edition Let's Play. So in the last episode, I did a little bit of building. I built this basement here. Bit of a horse in the way. But I built this basement. I put 2 chests in it. I haven't really done anything with it yet. I just got it built. And I also did a trial chamber. And during that trial chamber, I got some enchanted books, which I used on this trident. So now I have this super powerful trident. I got mending from the village over there. So I have this super powerful trident. It's almost perfect. The only thing it needs is channeling. But aside from that, it is perfect. So yeah, that's what I did last episode. Let's go ahead and sleep. It was kind of ironic. Last episode I had intended it to be a grind-free episode, but then I went ahead and I grinded for this. It cost all my experience levels and some time at the village. So it was kind of like I intended the episode to be grind-free, but then it just didn't turn out that way. And so this episode is going to be grind-free. And so I intend to do that by starting a floating island. Floating islands are something I like to make in Minecraft. I don't make them all the time, like not in every world, but I do make them from time to time. There's just something about like the magical vibe they have that I really enjoy. And so I want to make one for this world. And I think once it's done, I will make it my main base, or maybe I won't make it my main base right away. I might want to wait until I have an elytra before I do that. But it is on the agenda to make it my main base one day. Went ahead and did a little harvest. So once I get this put away, I think I'll sort through my inventory. I'll put away stuff I don't need, and then I'll just go ahead and get started. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've sorted out my inventory. There's still quite a bit of stuff in it. But I've done the things I want to do, so it's time to look for a place to build this island. I was actually thinking about it while at work today. I was bored at work and I was thinking about stuff to do for a Let's Play episode, and I had the idea to build the floating island here, in like the center of this field, because this field gives a pretty good view of the area. It'll give me a view of my old house. It'll give me a view of that mountain, the village in the distance, the river, both rivers actually. So if I build it somewhere in this field, it'll give me a wide area to see. You know, if you're going to build a floating island, might as well give it in a place that'll be beautiful. I think right here will be perfect, because this area is somewhat flat. It's not totally flat, but it is somewhat flat. I want to build it above a flat area, because I have the idea I'm going to dig out a massive chunk in the ground here, directly underneath the floating island. And the idea behind that is that I want it to appear like it was raised straight from the ground. Like it was just ripped straight from the ground, and now it's in the air. So I think the first thing I will do is I'll work on that hole. The reason I'm going to do the hole first is because it'll make it, it'll provide an outline for the island, and it will also get me materials that I need. I only have a stack of stone with me. I know for a fact that won't be enough. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get this dug out. I had exactly enough stone to do that. So yeah, this is going to be the area that I'm going to raise up. It seems pretty sizable. It should be enough for like a small-ish house. I also had an idea. I figured that while I'm working on this, I might as well also spend the night times Enderman hunting, because I'm thinking that I'll probably want to kill the dragon earlier than I did on the Xbox 360 Let's Play. I viewed killing the dragon as sort of like an end goal, like a good final episode for that Let's Play. But for Java Edition, it's a bit different because it's a newer version of the game, and there's a lot more stuff to do. And with this floating island, I'll need a way to traverse, to, get up and down the place. So I figured that I'll get the elytra earlier on than I normally would. I have a work story to share today, actually. It's kind of mixed. Like, I was annoyed in the beginning, but then the guy kind of redeemed himself. But anyways, so I was working in the shoe department. Helping people out with shoes. And then this guy shows up, and he says that he wants, like, running or walking shoes. And so I direct him to the shoe wall, and I say, okay, this is what we've got. And he says that he wants a shoe size 11.5, extra wide, and it has to be all black coloring. And now, our store is pretty small, so that is a highly specific, kind of shoe that he wants. 11.5, extra wide, all black. So anyways, I start looking, to help this guy find the shoes that he wants. One moment, creepers. So I start looking to help this guy find a pair of shoes that he will like. And this guy, we keep, like, not having what he's looking for. It's like he'll see a pair of shoes on the display wall that he looks interested in. And then he'll like, oh, do you have this in 11.5, black, extra wide? And then I'll go back and I'll look, and then surprise, surprise, we wouldn't have it. It was getting to be kind of frustrating. I was getting fed up with the guy. But then, so this goes on for a long time, right? And then eventually he gives up, and he says, you know what? It's like, it's okay, thank you for your help. And so then we kind of I was kind of annoyed with this guy already, because that took a significant amount of time. We were there looking for like 30 minutes. Keep in mind, there are other customers to help. And so then he starts talking to me a lot. I say talking to and not talking with me, because it was mostly him talking about himself and his life. I was just kind of standing there, nodding and smiling. You know how it goes. And so then I was like, at this point, I was getting sick of him. I was like, geez, just let me do my job. You've already taken up so much of my time. But then the guy, he kind of redeems himself, because he proves himself to be kind of a nice person. He actually walks up to the manager on duty, and he tells me, hey, this guy's doing a really good job, you should give him a raise. He actually said that I should get a raise. And so it's like, the guy, he was kind of annoying me, but he proved himself to be not such a bad chap, There is you could definitely deal with worse. I hope something good will come of that story. Truth be told, it would be nice to get a raise. My pay is not very high. To his credit, the guy was, like, pretty impressive, because he was telling me about his life. This guy, he runs, like, 10 kilometers a day. I live in America. I don't know why he was using kilometers, but he runs 10 kilometers a day. I think that's about 6 miles or something. So that's pretty impressive. And he's 70. Doing that at 70 is wild. Digging out this hole is taking a rather long time. Recording's been going on 17 minutes, but some of that was spent preparing, so I've been digging for probably like 12, 13 minutes. This is probably not something I can get done in a single day. This will probably... episode. This will probably take multiple episodes, I'm just now realizing. This is this would be quite the project for just one episode. Yeah, you know what? I'll split it up. I'm gonna take a brief moment to go home to empty out my inventory because I have gotten more dirt than I will probably need ever in this world. To be fair, I will need some of that in order to actually construct this island. But that's a lot of dirt, and it's clogging up my inventory space. There's nothing quite like that trident ping sound. I love that sound effect that the trident makes when loyalty activates. It just sounds so satisfying, especially when there's channeling added onto that. I think I should also take this moment to go and cut down some trees, because I'm running low on wood. Actually, I have no wood, so I will be needing that. I've been reading the comments of my videos about, I've been recognizing a lot of old fans coming back to watch the videos again, and it makes me really happy that people remember, of course, because the first episode of this Let's Play was published nearly 2 years after my previous video. So it makes me happy that a lot of people remembered. But anyways, getting sidetracked. I find it really interesting how just playing Minecraft and just playing Minecraft normally can mean so much to some people. And how, like, watching someone play Minecraft can provide, like, such a unique experience. I'm thinking maybe it's because the game has so many ways to be played, or maybe it's because it reminds people of their own memories playing the game. It's kind of hard to say, but I guess the fact is I find it really interesting how just sitting down and playing Minecraft and recording it can prove to be so meaningful to so many people. I think it's just a charm that has... I think it has to do with the game itself. I'm not sure what kind of qualities make it so, but I think it has to do with the game itself. I think it's an interesting topic. Aha, you. I think I'll want to fight you. Maybe get an ender pearl. Use an axe for this, because I will want a shield. What is my luck with ender pearls? I swear to God. I think I've gotten an ender pearl every single time I've killed an enderman on this world, without fail. That is wild to me. I should have enough to go to the stronghold now. I just need to go to the Nether and get blaze rods. Start thinking about the shaping of this, because I don't want it to be like just dug directly down. I want it to look like it was ripped out of the thing. So if I just dig like a hole straight down. Sorry about those burps, by the way. I'm drinking soda. If I dig a hole straight down, it's not going to look very convincing. I will want it to have sort of like a natural appearance like this. Okay, status update. There goes all the dirt. Now for the hard part. Dirt is easy to mine. It's very fast. But now for the hard part. Mining stone. Stone takes quite significantly more time to mine. So I had an idea. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enchant this diamond pickaxe. I think I can get unbreaking books for really cheap, and I can get, I can maybe craft an enchantment table to do low-level enchants, so I can get, like, efficiency 1 or something. So, like, efficiency 1, unbreaking 3, that will be quite a significant help. Actually, it has just occurred to me that I do not have enough experience for, enchanting. That is that is kind of sucks. That is kind of sucks. I might as well still make the, enchantment table, though. So, I'll do it. I can get Unbreaking 1. I suppose that's better than... Ooh, Unbreaking 1, Efficiency 1. Not so bad, considering I only put 1 experience level into that. I swear, it feels like YouTuber luck is really gracing me on this Let's Play. I mean, I'm sure there are bound to be times where it isn't, you know. but I feel like I'm getting exceedingly lucky on this Let's Play. Of course, the main exception of that was trying to get that mending book in the 4th, or was it the 3rd episode? I don't remember. Trying to get the mending book, that took ages. We've made quite substantial progress. Quite the significant chasm here. You know what? I think I'm gonna stop it there. I think that's quite a significant amount of progress on this chasm. It's just getting kind of bored. I think I want to do something else. I was finding it kind of difficult to come up with commentary. So I think, you know what? Instead of completing that, I'm going to go to the Nether. I was explaining earlier how I want to beat the game and obtain an elytra earlier than I normally do. So I think might as well work on that. I have enough ender pearls. I just need the blaze rods in order to get the eyes of ender required to get to the end. Now, thankfully, I thought in advance, and I actually mined all the obsidian needed in order to make an in order to make a nether portal. I almost said ender portal. If you could craft end portal frames, that would be really funny. I do realize it is kind of ironic how, again, I intended this episode to be grind-free, and now here I am going to the Nether. It's kind of interesting how these things can play out. You can go into something with a certain goal, and then end up changing your goals. I guess I shouldn't hold myself to such strict standards. If my feelings change, I want to do something else, I don't have to force myself to stick to the original plan. Here we are. I just realized I made a brand new flint and steel when I already had one. I'm going to put the other one away, and then we'll go. Let's see what our spawn is like. Oh my god. YouTuber luck. YouTuber luck strikes again. I don't even have to bridge to it. It's right here. This world, this Let's Play, I have no words. I've never experienced this kind of luck playing on my own before. It's you. I think it's your power creating filming the Let's Play. It gives me strength, gives me luck. I have to be very careful, because falling will mean certain death, and I'm not very interested in that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a little blaze killing chamber here. It will be safer this way. Here's an awesome tactic that you just saw me utilize. If you are ever using a loyalty trident as your primary weapon, landing a critical hit... That was not a critical hit. Landing a critical hit into a swing, like a throw, will kill all 20 HP mobs. Assuming they don't have armor. If they have armor, it probably won't. But things like blazes that never have armor, a crit into a trident throw will kill them. Okay, I've got 9 blaze rods. I think I'll shoot for 1 more. I always like to get 10 to 12 blaze rods, because that will provide you with... It'll guarantee that you get enough ender pearls, enough blaze powder to not only fill the end frame, but also to do a bit of potion brewing too. And there we go. There is our 10th blaze rod. Now I am going to get out, because I do not want to stick around here. Especially not when wither skeletons are on the hunt. Well, that was a very successful and short nether trip. I can't believe I got 10 blaze rods that quickly. YouTuber luck strikes again. I don't know what it is. I did not pick this seed out manually. This was a randomly generated seed. Well, I think I'm going to call the episode there. The recording has not been going on for very long. I've only been recording for like 53 minutes. So it's going to be it might be a bit of a shorter episode than usual. But that's what I'm feeling right now. I think I want to just take a break, maybe play a different game, and I can pick it up next time. Okay, I went ahead, I did a bit of farming, sorted out my inventory. I think that's a good place to call the episode there. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.